Just got back from a huge flea market they have once or twice a year in Dublin, Virginia. Um, Gosh, it was I hit that thing hard. Got a lot of good deals. I'm going to show them to you here, and I'm doing it downstairs with this light because I'm tired. I'm going to eat some lunch, and I have some friends coming over that later tonight we'll go watch some wrestling, and then I'm broke. All right, so here's the haul. You see that? It's a lot of good stuff, right? First, I'll show you the movies. I got these for free. Unreal. They they had all their movies, VHS and DVD, for 50 cents a piece. And this vendor had a ton of people around. He saw what I had in my hand and he just looked at me. He waved me on. Just go on, right? So basically, I got this near me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. VHS of Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, one of my favorites. To go along with that, my favorite, Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. And I'm just so happy I watched this over and over. This is something about the movies from 1982 specifically. They're all classic. Okay, and then I was tickled to death to get this. This is a DVD, two-disc set of the original movie War of the Worlds from 1953, and then When Worlds Collide from 1951. I mean, this is the good shit. This is the good shit. Look at that. Yes. One of the... Oh, those are so good. And then I forgot I had this. Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, man. Like brand new. Like brand new. Nothing wrong with them. So those were free, and they were supposed to be 50 cents a piece. So, wow. Okay. All right. These were supposed to be 50 cents a piece. These are from Arch Villain Comics. He had a booth there. I think he's out in Blacksburg, Virginia. And I got these for 50 cents a piece, but I got them even cheaper than that because I gave him 4 cigarettes. So these were, I don't know, I think these were like maybe 3 or 4, I can't remember. He was the last one I saw too. $3 or $4 plus 4 cigarettes. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to sample the Twilight Zone number 6 by Jay Straczynski. This is from Dynamite Comics. Ghost Critic is a fan of the Twilight Zone book, this series in particular, I do believe. And I remember him asking, he couldn't figure out how Jay Straczynski was able to make it feel like the Twilight Zone. Well, in the 80s, they brought back the Twilight Zone. I think it had a three season run or something around there. But J. Michael Straczynski was the story director. Okay, he had a job there. These are probably old leftover scripts from the Twilight Zone. I got Odyssey number 1. Yet again, Ghost Critic. Oh man, you're all over this video. He is a fan of this also. And I told him, if I ever read it, I'll dissect it and stuff. I used to know the story of the Odyssey pretty good, but I'm just sitting here thinking I don't think I've read it since the 90s. So, but this is by everybody's favorite Matt Fraction. Now, this one was cheap. I'm looking at it. I got a feeling these were probably his damaged books because it's rolled there. So that's all right. I've got this, Justice League number 37, just because it's 50 cents. It's the selfie variant, but it's a Darwin Cook. Not a selfie variant, excuse me. That's another book in here. But anyway, this is a Darwin Cook, so I always get those. So happy to get this. I don't care that it is number 2 of 4. Big Man Plans by Eric Powell. It's all about a little dwarf that just freaking apparently kicks everybody's ass. Number 34 of Justice League. This is the selfie. So there you go. I asked him about this. I sort of dug the art, man. I'm into the post-apocalyptic thing and the caveman thing, and apparently this has got it all, man. But this is Dark Engine number 1. So yeah, there we go. Dark Engine number 1. See what that's all about. And it's got a little. Looks like that corner's been beat. So these are probably his damaged books. That's all right. And the artwork, I kind of dug it, man. It's kind of Guy Davis-like. So we'll check that out. And then I got a bunch of Walking Dead here. Let me get this back. Anyway, yeah, we'll do The Walking Dead since I said that. 127, A New Beginning. Pretty thick. Alright, 128. I haven't read Walking Dead in forever. Yep, 128. 141, Opportunity. Looks like somebody's getting out of jail. Oh, I got two upstairs on it. I got two number 128s. So that means I left a issue behind. And then I got Southern Bastards number 3. I've got 2 issues of number 1. And this is what I mean. I don't like buying new comics. I've ordered those online through Gmart and stuff. And Gmart fixed that last order they messed up. But these newer books I find, if I just wait a few months, I end up getting them pretty cheap. But this haul here, this is a little damaged. These are just damaged books, but that's all right. Okay. Now these were also $1 a piece. These are from the first booth that I went at, I think. They're probably mixed up, and they weren't quite $1 a piece. I did the thing where I was like, how about 15 books for 10 bucks, that kind of thing. So let's see what we have here. Those are where I went back at. But yeah, this is another guy. I got these. He had 3 boxes of comics. Actually, had some real good stuff. I left a lot of stuff on. He had almost a full run of the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, and then he had like Rick Veitch, I think it's who did it after him. He had almost a full run of that. I mean, I had to leave it behind me. By the time I found this guy, I was about tapped. But this is what I got from him. All right. This is an upgrade. Of course, I want to grab this. It was originally $6, but this is Secret Origins number 14 of the Suicide Squad. Okay. This is one of my favorite books that I remember buying because it's got a backup story by Alan Moore and Joe Orlando. It's not so much a backup story. They give you 4 mysterious origins of the Phantom Stranger. One's by Alan Moore and Joe Orlando, Dan Mishkin and one of the Colin guys, Paul Levitz, and one of my favorites, Jose Garcia Lopez, and then Mike Barr and Jim Aparo. So yeah, I got this as a Secret Origins number 10. And they had a bunch of issues I left behind that would have filled my collection of Secret Origins. It would have just weaved right in there. Okay. Then I got this. This is definitely an upgrade. Swamp Thing number 33, harkening back to that House of Mystery first appearance. So I was glad to get that. That thing's mint. I always grab these, man. The Reverse Flash, Jeff Johns written The Flash number 223. Perfect shape from 2005. I wish they had more than that. Then I can't believe I found this in there for $1, even in the shape it's in. Sandman number 4 by Jack Kirby, and I believe Joe Simon was still there. Nope, just Jack Kirby, Mike Royer did the art. I don't see who did the script, so we'll never know. I grabbed this because it was a number 1, Spider-Man Blue by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Why not? And then there's a bunch of Hulks there with a lot of Mike Mignola art. And then Byrne came on, so I grabbed those. So here's 319, Wedding issue. 315, where I think Bruce Banner thought he was freed of the Hulk, I believe. 314, okay. And that is where Byrne came on to Hulk. And what was happening is Mike Mignola was doing Hulk, and John Byrne was doing Alpha Flight. And then they had an issue where they just switched. Byrne took over the Hulk. Mike Mignola ended up doing the art there. Grabbed this nice little Bronze Age copy of Ghost Rider number 77. Really good shape, had to get this. 1989 Hellblazer Annual number 1. So there you go. And then, oh, look at that. I checked this out. Me and Scott X 1307. He's a big Grindel nut, a big fan. I'm gonna try to keep up. We might do a live Google chat thing, Google Hangout one day where maybe we get Scott to talk about Grindel, and I'll try to keep up with him. But here's 1 and 2 of Grindel, God and the Devil. Apparently there were 10 issues. I mean, it was there. And now this, oh man, I have to find issue 66 of this, right? Kraven's Last Hunt. Sounds like Tim Merritt and I may organize, or he and I do it, or get other people to help in there. We're going to do one of my favorite Spider-Man stories, and apparently his and a lot of other people's, Kraven the Last Hunt from the 80s. J.M. DeMantis wrote Kraven the Last Hunt, and that's probably not how you pronounce his name, but you know who I'm talking about. And what he did is that he had a Batman story he wanted to do with Batman and the Joker, and they wouldn't let him do it. So when he got to Marvel and threw an idea out there, he restructured that Batman story into Spider-Man's Kraven the Last Hunt. Then years later, in 1995, he did the sequel to it. That was to what was going to be the original Batman story, or this was the original Kraven the Last Hunt story. I'll know it when I read it, man, but it was called Going Sane. And it goes through Legends of the Dark Knight 66, but this is issue 67. He didn't have the first part, but I'm sure I'll have no problem finding it. That's part 2, 68. Joe Staton came in and did the art with this. You either like Staton or you don't. But it's Batman and Joker, but apparently it's about the Joker going insane. And this is number 66. Do I have all 3 parts? I'll figure it out later, but apparently that might be it. So there you go. Wow. Okay, I'm curious. Then I grabbed this. This is an early issue of Wizard, number 7, back when the magazine just was really good. I think this has an interview with maybe Barry Windsor Smith, or they're talking about the Marvel Comics Presents. Yeah, it's with Windsor Smith. Larry Strawman. It's where they just sat down, they had a talk with him, and Dave Cerebus. And of course, since Exo's Man of War is on there, I'm sure there's something valiant in there. Alright, what do we have now? Now, these are the books where I just got a killer deal on them. I think it's like 33 books or something. And they get better as they go along, I'm sure. I went back and got these. I got a deal on these. First of all, I had them put these to the side, and they didn't. And I went back and got them. But I ended up getting these for, I think, just $2, right? But I got me another Wizard half issue, Rising Stars half issue by Straczynski. And then I got, I think this is first print of Rising Stars number 1. I've been finding these left and right, so I went for it. I think I have a, actually I like the cover to the second print of this. Okay, this is more, suburban. Okay, now we'll just go through some of these books. A lot of good stuff in here. This was a good haul, and I left a lot of good stuff behind. But anyway, I'm filling in, getting all my. I'm working on my DC 1 million cross books that tied into DC 1 million, into Crisis, into Secret Wars 2. Just going back and getting all that stuff. So I got a Wonder Woman 1 million. I have never laid eyes on this. I'm not saying it's a rare book, but I just, never was there. Got me a Secret Wars 2 Power Man and Iron Fist number 121. I think I am down to needing 7 issues, 7 comics to complete my Secret Wars 2 crossover event. And I don't recommend Secret Wars 2 to just anybody. And then about shit, okay? I have been looking for Labyrinth, the 3-issue movie adaptation from the 80s. And then this. I have Blade Runner number 1. I think there's just one more to get. Al Williamson art. Oh my God. I'm positive that's who did this, man. But oh, got it. Oh, you talk about being glad I went out. That was worth the price of gas alone. Less than $1. Then I got Exiles number 1. I am running into these left and right, man. I've got a pretty good run going, and I think, I don't want to get the complete 100 issues. I'm not really interested in the last, I think, 9 that Chris Claremont did, unless I run across them. But, it was 100 issues, and there we go. Oh, Exiles. Number 1. First print. Yep. That's awesome. Anyway, then I got a Chase 1 million. Don't know a thing about this character. Lucifer number 1. They had the first 9 issues of Lucifer, but I left them behind. I just got the number 1. And then we get into the Rising Stars. I showed you half issue number 1, but here's number 2. Really don't like the art on this, man. It's so 90s image, I guess, man. So, but this was the book that got hot there for half a minute, and Wizard and a few other people were predicting that this was going to replace Watchmen. I don't know. Number 3. Number 4. And apparently they do sell on eBay pretty good. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. I don't know the concept behind this or anything. I've been waiting until I got a big chunk of them. Number 7. Number 8. I really hope I grow to like this flag wearing Captain America harking kind of guy. Yeah, there we go. Number 9. I really don't like that design. I don't know. I bought them. Okay. And then I got these. These were half. I got these for $2 because I've just known the lady at this vendor forever, man. But number 73 of Weapon X. Number 77, one of my favorite covers by Barry Windsor Smith ever. I do believe this wraps around the whole book. And number 83. And this will, if I complete this Weapon X story from Marvel Comics Presents of Barry Windsor Smith writing and drawing the story of how Wolverine got his adamantium laced to his skeleton and stuff, that'll be the 3rd time I had that. I'm not letting it go, So, okay, still going strong. All right, Rising Stars number 10. I might already have this one, but I went ahead and grabbed it. I wasn't thinking. I was hot, I was tired, I was thirsty. Number 11. Looks like Chicago is being completely destroyed. Number 12. I hope these are holding up. You got your dark character. And I remember flipping through Rising Stars, an issue that was in a comic book shop when it was coming out. And I remember as a kid, he'd already climbed up in trees and was being all brooding and stuff. And the kids were like, "What are you doing?" Number 14. What's happened? Oh, Rising Stars number 5. I ended up getting 2 of those. Daggone it. Anyway, number 17. And that harkens of a, you know, there you go. You can see the face change the world. Okay. And then the good shit. All right. These are probably not in order, but here's 56 of Preacher. All right. Look at that. Number 49. Oh, look at that. This was a one-shot graphic novel, if you will, real thick, of Doctor Strange. What is it that disturbs you, Stephen Strange? And this is by P. Craig Russell. And this was a stage in the 90s where he did covers like this. You know, very unique design. He also did this on an Elric series, Stormbringer, I think. Usually that ended up being the first, the cover. That used to be the splash page to the rest of the book. So we'll see what happens. Number 48, The Meat Lover. Okay. Number 46, The Clan. 47, Something in the Shadow, The Mist. An early 23, issue 23. 24. 41, Inner Salvation. Great little story there. 42, The Meat Lover. That was that. When I read about The Meat Lover, when they showed the woman he made out of meat, I just kind of had to put the book down and be like, and took it in. I was just, you know, I couldn't believe what I just saw. 43, because you know somewhere somebody is doing that. 45, looks like I got the whole Salvation run. And number 22. So that's a good chunk of it out there of Preacher. And now these 3 books, this guy ripped me off, and I about went back, but he was an old man. And it's not that I'm willing to get mad over $1. It's the principle of the matter. Said books were $1 a piece. Said, can I have 3 for 2? Because one's a little beat up here, you know. Yeah. He turns around and he just hands me $2 and change. And I just kind of looked at him, holding my hand out, waiting for my other $1. He just turned around and walked off, and I was just, you know. Anyway, but this is the first appearance of Arsenal. This is the one that I wasn't happy with because it's got a banged up corner. Everything else is perfect. So I got New Titans, number 99, first appearance of Arsenal. Got Spectre number 1 in good shape. It's one of the few that were actually bagged. And this one is beat up, but I had to get it because this is the one where I guess I sold it with my X-Men collection. I had like an 80, 89 issue run of X-Men back in the early 90s, but I sold them to get in my apartment or something. I got a good price for them, but apparently I sold this one, man. But this is like one of the first books that Alan Davis did at Marvel once he was recognized in America. He worked for Marvel UK and stuff. But or whatever it was in the early 80s. But this is the story, the infamous story for me, X-Men Annual number 11. This is the one where I had to roll my eyes because Wolverine had just gotten too big, but he regenerates completely his whole entire body with a little bit of a magic crystal, don't get me wrong, from a single drop of blood. You know, I'm just, you know. Alright, I think that's it. It's my haul. Thank you very much. I'm going to eat. I'm going to rehydrate. Have a great weekend.